Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. Today we're talking with Tyrell, better known as Stackpack. He's got his hands in literally everything out there. He's a multipreneur. He's been doing this for years now. How's it going, Stack?
Thank you for having me, Anthony. First of all, is gratitude. You got to be grateful for, where you're going or where you're at so you can go to, a different place. So I'm always grateful when I can grace and talk about different things in my journey. So I appreciate you, brother, for having me on your show. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. I really liked our conversation yesterday. I was excited about getting you on. So I never did ask, where are you located?
Me, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. So that's where I grew up. That's where I was born. That's where I was raised. And I love it, man. New England, the Celtics, the Patriots, stuff like that, man. That's where I'm at. I'm right on the East Coast.
I got you. Are you going to be there forever? Are you a lifer? Or are you planning on
Yeah,
buying property elsewhere?
I move around. I like to travel, but there's nothing like home. Like you can go
Hmm.
to Florida, you can go to California, you can go overseas, but there's nothing like being home. So I'm always gonna have a home on the East Coast, man. But I'll be everywhere. I'll be able to travel.
I got you. I've never been out that far east. What's fun out there if I was to visit? What was the first
If
thing I
you
should do?
the first thing you should do on the East Coast, man, is first of all get you some Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. Once you get some Dunkin' Donuts, uh, see what's going on, man. I like there's beaches. It just depends on what time you come up here. Like if you come up here in the summer, it's like way better. You can go to something called Onset. It's like a beach town. I like things like that, like boats. There's golfing out here. There's a lot of activity. You just got to come
Hmm.
out here, just like any other town. People really compare it to New York. It's like a smaller New York. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I got you. Well, I grew up in a cornfield, so all of it's new to me. So
Right.
I got you. So what can you tell us about what you do? Like I said, I looked at everything and you got your hands in literally everything. So if you kind of had to sum it up, what is it that you do?
I would say media, man. I produce beats. That's how I really got seen. That's where my heart was when I first got into the industry, was producing beats. Because I told you yesterday in our conversation that when I first stumbled across Clubhouse or any social audio, it was Clubhouse, man. And I was able to break through, see a different side, see
Mm-hmm.
different people, meet different people. But it's really media, production, anything media related, anything that will get my brand seen or anybody else seen in the
Hmm.
industry. That's what I do. I'm a media builder.
Okay. And you got you found your way there through music then, right? You said?
Yeah, so it was really music that was my passion. It was really like my mom and my dad was already in the music industry and they was
Mhm.
doing their music thing independently, trying to come up. But back then they didn't have computers, they didn't have everything we have now. So I was able to take advantage of, cryptocurrency, Clubhouse, LinkedIn, things that we have at our fingertips to really become something great. So
Mhm.
it's just a little quicker now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I guess out of everything you do, what's your favorite? Are you still, you still focus on the music side, or is there something that really, new passion that is kind of driving you
I,
now?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I think it's everything. I think it's networking, like seeing how I can help other people now, because I
Mhm.
have every tool now that I can help for myself. But it's now my passion and adrenaline comes from how can I help you? How can I be of value?
Mhm.
If you're not at the table, you're in the menu. I like to just go around and see what I can do for you before you can see what you can do for me.
Yeah, it's like that Zig Ziglar quote. You help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want, right?
Exactly. So that's what I focus on, brother.
Awesome. I like that. What would you do different starting out today if you had to redo it all?
Keep away the negative energy, seeing it before it came, navigating through, people that maybe wasn't on the same frequency as me, but then also realizing that it's okay. Maybe sometimes you'll go down this journey and a lot of people will go down this journey. It's okay. Sometimes the journey can be a little bit more lonelier when you go down your
Mhm.
path. And that means that, that path is for you and it's not for them. So don't be afraid of going down your own path. I wish I would have knew better from,
Mhm.
just being aware of different energies that didn't mesh with mine. So that way I could have had a smoother ride coming up.
Yeah, that's something we all kind of got to learn. You get into it and you kind of want to help everybody and you want to bring on everything, but it's just too much. You gotta be true to yourself, gotta build what you want to build, regardless of what everybody else is saying. So that's awesome. I guess if somebody else was starting out today, besides that bit of, wisdom, what else would you tell them if they wanted to get to where you are?
It takes determination. You got to always be reachable and coachable. A lot of people that get to a certain level and forget to realize you have to be reachable. You still have to have a community. You still have to be boots on the ground. A lot of people that get to Hollywood status and act Hollywood.
Hmm.
I've been in Hollywood, but I'm not Hollywood. You get me? So it's like that's the type of energy that I come with. Like I have full range to act Hollywood because I've been there. I walked on the runway. I've been in the hills. I've been there, doing my thing for years. Just making a name for myself. But I feel like when you're coachable, reachable, and people can still see that you're humble, you'll get more out of the universe than thinking that, oh, I don't need to do this at all. I don't need to do that. When you're just willing to be open hearted and do things for individuals, I feel like you'll still get a lot out of the universe. But just that right there, man. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So when you're networking and you're talking with people and you're meeting folks, who are the kind of people that you tend to synergize well with? Who are people that, if I could wave my magic wand, would be these are the people that I'm going to introduce to you?
it's the people with the same energy as me, bro. We got to have the same energy. A lot of people, don't have the same energy as me, bro. So I feel like when you have the same energy running around you or around, like, just in your atmosphere, then you will ride better when it comes to building connections and things like that. So same energy, it's got to be the same thing. We got to have the same mission, the same morals, the same, just the same. It's got to be similar. If it's not the same, it's got to be. We have to have the same similar goal.
Right. You have to mesh. No, I get that. You've done quite a lot. You're fairly young, if I remember right. How old are you?
30.
30? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years? Where would you like to go? What's the future look like
Top of
for
the
you?
world. I'll have the world spinning like Michael Jackson. You know how the basketball they twirl it on their finger. That's
Yeah.
that's how I have the world in about 5 years. But yeah, man, I have my own Bitcoin. I
Mhm.
have my own. You can trade it against Bitcoin. It's my own crypto coin, but you can trade it against Bitcoin. I've closed that deal with a company called FinFriend. But ever since then, I've just been just going crazy, man, when it comes to networking, adding value, and seeing where else we can go with the media and how much boundaries we can push, right? It's all about
Mhm.
pushing boundaries.
Yeah, that's awesome. Love meeting people that, are in spaces that I've never touched, never done anything like what you do. It's really awesome to hear kind of how people can find success out there being entrepreneurs, or in your case, multipreneurs, doing a little bit of everything, because we're all fishing in the same pond. We all might as well talk to each other, right? So it's really awesome to hear that. So, people out there, if they want to get a hold of you, where can they find you, or, what's the best way for them to connect with you?
So So the best way to connect to me is on Instagram, where over 2 million people follow me. A lot of people ask me like, "Damn, how'd you get to that level?" It's because I was walking around as a digital avatar when the Oculus headset first came out. A lot of people weren't using the avatars for what they needed to be used for, but I was networking behind the avatars just like I was doing on Clubhouse. So I grew big on that platform being a digital avatar, bro. So you can find me on Instagram. That's where a lot of people follow me. You can find me on LinkedIn, Tyrell. You can also connect with me on my website, stackpackmedia.com. I also have a podcast called The Network. I switched the name so many times. It was mini audio series. It was The Network. It was a Stackpack show. But you'll be able to find it so that way you can see all the interviews. We have over 300 episodes right now. And I can't wait to have you on it as well to come on. It'll be great. And yeah, man, just tap in with me. I'll be everywhere. And go to bookwithstack.com as well if you want a free 15-minute call. Bookwithstack.com.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Anthony.
Absolutely. And yeah, share all that with me and I'll be sure to post that everywhere that this goes. I think my biggest takeaway from everything that you're doing is that you adapt very quickly. You take on new things, try it out. If it doesn't work, okay, now I know. But if it does work, then it becomes part of what you're doing. So really, really impressive that you're able to do that, especially at, such a young age. A lot of times we kind of get set in our ways because one thing works. We never look outside of that. So it's really awesome. Um, is there anything that I missed? Anything that you wanted to touch on?
I think that's it, Anthony. If you guys are interested in, joining the community, I do spiritual communities, media mentorship, I do mental health hub clubs, I do all type of things. You guys can reach out to me on Clubhouse or on Instagram or send me a email at stackpackmedia@gmail.com. And I want to welcome you guys into the community. Let's build. I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't know what you guys may need, but I have a lot of different resources and teams, as such as Anthony, inside of my ecosystem. So I can't wait to expand with you guys, do more audio rooms, have people pull up, realize what we're doing, so that way we all can take it to the next level. You know what I mean?
I can't recommend him to do that enough. He's exactly like he is on here. I've met with him and he's legit. Absolutely reach out to him. If you're shy about it and you want an introduction, reach out to me and I'll make that connection for you. But perfect. really happy making those introductions for everybody. If anybody out there wants to be interviewed, feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure I'm sure Tyrell would like you to reach out to him as well for those because he has his own podcast which we'll be sharing. But feel free to follow me at I know a guy underscore on X. That's going to be everywhere before too long. But thanks for your time, Tyrell. I hope you have an awesome day. Let's all get out there and meet some people. All right.
Let's go.